Hello, hello, hello. I'm making a video with my Walmart tablet. And I'm looking at the monitor, and while I'm looking at the monitor, it shows me looking somewhere over there. But now I'm looking directly in the camera. But I usually don't look directly in the camera because I am always looking at the monitor. That's just a bad habit. Same on the Chromebooks. Like, in order for me to do a video call with someone, there is in the bottom right corner is the monitor that shows my face. It's like a mirror, right? And I have to constantly look in the mirror wherever I go, or in the monitor that shows me, because I'm self-conscious. That's why, okay? That's why this is happening. That's why I'm looking down there when I'm on the Chromebook, and up there when I'm on this tablet. But, it's alright. Whatever it is what it is. I made myself a nice necklace. Look at this amazing necklace. This is an ocean rock. And it has 2 holes in it. It's ocean rock. It has 2 holes and a third indentation, the same size as the other 2 holes, but this one doesn't go through. This one is just like something has drilled into it but didn't go all the way through. These two they're going all the way through, as you can see here. And I wonder what created this. Some kind of ocean animal that created these precise round holes in there. I wonder what's going on with this. And then Paul recently found another piece that is the same type of rock as this, but like really large. I can also wear this, but then it would be like this big on my chest. I have already put this on my chest just to see how that feels. So that would be kind of heavy. But I have that in my bed as a protection rock. And this is a protection rock too. So these are amazing, amazing ocean rocks. I have seen them several times washing up on the shore. And it's some kind of, it's very heavy. It has a lot of metals in it. Natural metals that are bound together in a macromolecule, not in a separated or isolated way as you see metals that have been chemically altered, and where they take certain elements out of the macromolecule, and that's never good. Rudolf Steiner warned against this. I can open this up a little bit more, so to see this a little bit better. Okay, it looks absolutely fantastic, and it feels really great on the skin. Absolutely great. This band here covers up any kind of wart that you might have. It's very practical. This is a practical jewelry piece for all the grandmothers in Granbia. They should open a store and sell. I absolutely love this thing. I don't know who found it. I think Paul found it and took it home, and it was on that window board for a very long time, and I have been planning on making a jewelry piece out of this for many years, and so I finally decided, yeah, I'm gonna do it with these fabric rests that I had from an old bed sheet. So that's what I'm making this. This is really the trim, the outer trim of the bed sheet, and I cut it into to like 2 inches wide, and it creates these really, really nice strings. And I made 2 strings. One goes to this hole, the other one goes to this hole, and then I'm tying them on the back. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. This is absolutely supreme. Yay! It is supreme. And it feels so good. It's like it's an energy protection rock. And it's absolutely great. I absolutely love this. So I'm so happy with this. And I think the color of this bedsheet string really is complementary for this rock, because the rock has a gray, like a bluish gray, that kind of goes very well with that color, with that turquoise. And turquoise is the color of being psychically open. So that's what David Icke said. That's why David Icke wore a lot of turquoise shirts for a while, because turquoise and teal color shirts, because teal is like a dark turquoise, and this is a light turquoise. And the frame of my tablet, the rubber frame of my tablet, is a light turquoise as well. Or is it a turquoise, or is it a blue? I don't really know. It looks like a mix between a blue and a turquoise. So also it's a gorgeous, real gorgeous color, and they are made directly for, they are made by a different company, but for the Walmart tablets. And I don't know if they still make these size Walmart tablets. This is an old Walmart tablet that only costs like $30 or something. I bought 2 of those, one for Paul, one for myself. I can't find the other one. I don't know where that ended up. I'm gonna have to find it. And the other one has a blue frame, like a marine type of frame. And this tablet is actually pink underneath, and the other one is green. Has an original green frame, but a blue. No, actually it's a blue tablet with a light green frame. That's what it is. I haven't seen this in a long time. I hope we find it again, because I have Project Gutenberg books on that one, and I have Project Gutenberg books on this one. And I want to take my Kindle to the other house and see if I can get now, because I see that Project Gutenberg has Kindle now as an option for uploading. So see if I can upload a couple of books from Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. I want to get all 4 volumes on the Kindle. It's good to have it. I'm reading right now. I'm reading volume 3. I already read the other 2, but there's so much information, condensed information in it, that I'm going to be reading them again and again and again. Those are those type of books that are just packed with so much history information. So much information. It's like an information overload. And Helena Petrovna Blavatsky is one of the incarnations of the infinite cosmos, the blue god, as Jiddu Krishnamurti was also. So right after the baby dog is now taking a shower. Yes, he is taking a shower, and he is a little bit worried and concerned about that. And that's why the forehead is a little bit wrinkling up now, because Paul is going to get the baby dog and take a shower. Yes, oh yeah, take a shower. Yes, you want to take a shower? You take a shower. Yes, oh, Casey Kasem is taking a shower now, and it's going to be nice. Yes, he is a little bit worried about it, because he doesn't really like it. But then afterwards, he's glad he took a shower. That is very nice. I don't know, it's getting kind of dark in here, and this tablet doesn't have like an illuminator function in it, so this is darker, looks darker in the tablet than it actually is here in the room. So I might have to go outside later and make a video outside, but doesn't matter. I don't even know where this uploads to, this tablet. I haven't used this for making a video in a very long time, because I used my Chromebooks for that, and I still use one Chromebook for it, and I used a phone, and I had to remove that because there were problems with it, and I had to put it back to factory setting, and because Paul didn't want me to upload any more videos to his channel. So I don't know which channel this goes to. I believe it goes to Nikki Loves Dogs, which I haven't used in a very long time for uploading videos. So we'll see. And I think it's good to keep that channel going, because I have so many important family videos on that channel, and important videos also seeing my own evolution of mental development. And I will not call it spiritual. So just my own psychological healing process, I call it that. And it's amazing when you look at, when you are on the healing journey, it is really, really amazing when you look at old videos. If you make videos on a regular basis and you're on the healing path, you can really follow, and you can trace back to how you were just a year ago, how your face looked. And obviously my eyebrows is not everyone's taste, but I personally like it like this. So I like this is 60s, and I absolutely like it. 60s hippie style, and I like it like this. And I know a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people, they go with the current fashion, which is like very bushy and very big eyebrows. And I had the bushy and big eyebrows when it was not in fashion. So if you look at my old videos, you see my bushy and big eyebrows, where I not only had big eyebrows, you know, now it's fashion, but I didn't do anything with my eyebrows a couple of years ago, like 5 years ago. Did nothing with my eyebrows. I didn't pluck it at all. And I thought, those eyebrows are normal, I don't need to do anything. But then I got called unibrow, and I didn't have a unibrow. Unibrow is when the eyebrows grow together over the nose bridge. And that's now, if I had that, I would have always plucked my eyebrows for sure. But I didn't have that. But they were fanning out a little bit, and it just looked, I don't know, it just looks crazy. That's what I think. So, but because I was so used to it, I didn't question it. I didn't question the way my eyebrows were like fanning out. And I was also opposed to all of this beauty fuss and stuff. So I didn't want to do it. I want to be natural and all of this. But then later on, I changed my mind, and I started to plug, and then I plugged more and more and more, and now they are like really thin. And I would not have done it like this in the beginning. So I would have thought, this is a complete botched eyebrow attempt, right? So like 5-6 years ago, if I had seen these videos then, like a glimpse into the future, and I see how much I plucked my eyebrows, then I would have said, no, this looks terrible. That looks that looks so low class, and that looks like toilet woman, which they called me. And because it's a 60s style, and I guess a lot of people that work for Ritz-Carlton cleaning toilets, they may be so busy that their lives are so difficult, right? With children and having to work at Ritz-Carlton cleaning toilets, then they don't even have time to look in the Vogue magazine and be told how to do the eyebrows according to current times, right? So they didn't know better, but if they had known better, then they probably would have made their eyebrows differently, right? Or whatever. Or if they see whatever, Claudia Schiffer and Kate Moss, and then they would do their eyebrows just like Kate Moss and Claudia Schiffer, because most people do that. They go by like what the big stars have, you know, how they decorate themselves. That must be how I have to decorate myself. But that is not how I function, and that is not how I have ever functioned. So as soon as big bushy eyebrows come into fashion as some kind of, I know how this comes into fashion. It comes into fashion because of white guilt, believe it or not. It's like, why do you think the women in Sweden are coloring their hair black and dark brown? Why do you think that is? It's some kind of, I guess they also are afraid. They're afraid to be raped. So, because trust me, the ones that come there from the equatorial areas, they like them blondes, okay? And that's not an accusation, it's evolution. It's actually biology. Okay? And since those ones that come over there from the equatorial regions, and they are much darker and they have black hair, and they have unibrows and stuff like that, and like really, really big facial hair and all of that, particularly the men, they like the women with blonde eyebrows, blonde hair, white skin, and this is biology, okay? The problem is they are not nice about it. That's where the real problem. If they were nice about it, can you imagine every person would be matched perfectly with their dream boyfriend and dream girlfriend. Everyone, they could be in peace and harmony and match together and be all happy if the men were nice about it. If they didn't just grope and take and plunder and exploit and enslave, okay? If they didn't do that, then everyone could be happy, really, because this is meant to be, you know, like blonde woman with darker skinned man, they all want you, trust me, okay? The women want you, and you want them. It could be all great, but you have to be mean about it. You have to be aggressive. You have to be forceful, right? And then, of course, if you do that with a sensitive Swedish lady, she is gonna be scared. She's not gonna be in the mood, okay? And then you feel rejected. It's such a tragical unfolding. It should never have to be like this, because she wants you, okay, physically, but she doesn't want that behavior. So I hope this makes sense now. So I don't know if this is mine to upload to Nikki Loves Dogs, but it's a follow-up for my other videos, really, that I have been making on Nikki Daisy Dandelion, which is my main channel that I have on my Chromebook, my main Chromebook at the other house. The other one I put back to factory setting, and I put this aside because the little one is older and I'm not using it here at this house. So I just want to be, we're going to sell this house. I don't want to carry the stuff back and forth. So I'm just using this as a backup computer if the other one should break or something. I hope it doesn't. My main computer is an amazing, shock resistant, military grade computer and machine. It's really absolutely, and it looks fantastic, and it feels like the outer skin is like a very dark blue, and I love dark blue, and it's a texture that's like a plate type of texture, and it feels like skin, actually, like some kind of snake skin or something, but it's not, it's synthetic. So I would never use animal skins for anything. So yeah, I love it, absolutely. I love my technological devices, they don't have to be overpriced. I don't see the point why they should be overpriced. So I guess baby dog took a shower and is feeling good now. Yes, oh yeah, that is so good. All right, excellent. Now he has to towel him. I can't show that process because Paul doesn't want to be in the video, unfortunately. But yes, be gentle with him. Gentle, always gentle. You have to be gentle with your dog. Be gentle with him, Paul. Gentle, 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 gentle. And it's very important to be gentle with your dog and not forceful. Touch your dog gently, always gently. Very important to be gentle. So yeah, it is what it is. So maybe I will go outside and sit outside for a moment because it's getting kind of dark in here. So just wanna show my artwork real quick in the hallway. It looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful, 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 beautiful staircase. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna go outside here and sit here on this. Oh, nuts. Oh, it's wet. I can't sit there now. It is wet. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's better now with the light here. But that stool is wet, unfortunately. I use this as my foot bath. I did a foot bath earlier when I got up and felt so incredibly good. This is our composting area. This is very nice. We have like, I don't know, a couple of 6 trash cans, regular trash cans. They have holes all over on the bottom, on the side, on the top. And we put only bio-waste material into it. And it decomposes in just like 4 months. One of those trash cans decomposes the bio-waste in about 1 month with the earthworms in it. They multiply, and then you can turn it over, and you have the absolute ideal potting soil and planting anything, planting trees, vegetables, food plants. Amazing, amazing, amazing how that works. I hope I didn't show the license plate number. So, but anyway, yeah, the light is good here. I actually like the way this tablet records. I think this is good. This has a pretty good picture. It was the camera lens had a smudge on earlier. I had to wipe that off. I hope I got that off pretty good, but it seems like seems like it may have some scratches on it. It almost looks like a filter, but I don't use filters. I don't ever use filters for photos or videos. Would never do it. Ever. Ever, ever. No, I don't believe in that. I believe in showing yourself the way you are. Completely, 100%. And I'm not in competition with anyone. And they are not in competition with me. That is a wonderful thing, isn't it? To not be in competition with anyone. Just be yourself and love and live your life, okay? So, and there will be someone for you, okay? For sure. I know that for sure. So, we came back to this house last night, and it was a stressful day yesterday, very, very stressful. Paul and I, we annoyed each other. It was very, very, very stressful. Everything was problematic, and it's one of these days where like there's one problem after another occurring with this or that, and then we don't see eye to eye with the solutions. That's always very annoying, okay? And then just having been on the internet for 2 weeks, I was like, I needed the break so desperately, you have no idea, okay? The constant harassment from haters and the political problems and the injustice in the United States from the side of the government, the incredible lies that are constantly being propagated by all by all news outlets. One is worse than the other, of course, but there's only one social media news type of situation platform, and that is Elon Musk's X website. Okay, so don't get me sprayed here with that. Don't do it. Don't do it. So anyway, so it is what it is, you know. The only media platform we have right now in the whole world is Elon Musk's X website, okay? Former Twitter. For those that didn't know, you know, some people might be in other countries. So yeah, it is what it is. And I think the reason why he bought Twitter and he didn't want to, of course, pay that much money, but they made him, okay? They were clinging on it for political reasons, because they knew that if they would sell it to him, that's why this took so long, with such a resistance that was behind it, because the people that owned it, I have the feeling they were actually paid to not sell it to Elon Musk, because they were afraid if they would sell it to Elon Musk, then he would make this a democratic, free speech platform, which he did, okay? So the people like the string holder type of people, like George Soros, they are terrified of that, okay? They didn't want that to happen, or the Rothschilds, or the Koch brothers, the Koch brothers. Yeah, they were terrified of that happening, because they didn't want any social media website for us where we have freedom of speech and where we have uncensored reports and videos, and where people have an equal right to be seen, and where everyone has an equal right to get their voice heard and their political view out there, okay? And have a discussion that is based on honesty and fairness, instead of suppressed information, as as it is on all the other social media website and all the other news reporting channels on YouTube and worldwide. Okay, so that's the situation right now. This is real serious. And that obviously that was very, very, I'm not showing you that. Okay, I'm not showing that. I'm not showing. I hope I will review to make sure the license plate's not on it. So yeah, it is what it is. It's difficult. Okay. It is difficult. It's a difficult situation. Oh, wait, let me get through. Let me get through. I have to get through. I don't want to get straight. So I have to get through. He let me go over here. I'll go over here. I will not show. I will not show. I will not show. I will not show. God. Now he's like he's becoming vicious. No. He's becoming vicious. He's so terrified of me with this tablet here. This is so incredibly terrifying for Paul. It's terror. It's pure terror. That's what it is. Okay, whatever. I can't worry about it. It's so incredibly annoying. You know, it's very annoying. It's very sad, all of that. We all have our mental illnesses, you know. This is my spot where I did my belly dancing, but I'm not gonna do belly dancing now. I don't feel anyone needs to see my fat belly, so I'm in shorts also with boots. I don't know. But it's okay. Blue God. Here's the Blue God. The Blue God grave. And there's the Papa Dog grave right next to him. Yes, and it's very peaceful here. This is our cemetery. And I go to this cemetery once in a while. And I sit down here. And I meditate here with flowers. Beautiful flowers. This is called ragweed. This is a medicinal plant also. It smells really good. I might do it like this. Yay! This is so nice. This is so nice and peaceful right now here. Absolutely love it. So Paul is now washing the van with soap, with the soap from washing the baby dog. We don't waste anything. We live very efficiently, and in tune with nature. And I wouldn't even use this type of soap that he is using. So I would use ragweed soap that I make myself from this ragweed here, or ivy, and I would shred it in small pieces, put it in a bucket, put water in it. It already foams up by itself because these plants have saponins in it, and that's a natural suds that comes out of a plant when you put water in it. And then you let that sit for a while. You let it sit for several hours, and then you stir it up very, very good. It foams up, and then you can use that to wash your dog with that. And after washing the dog, you rinse the dog, and then you can use the rest of that soap stuff from plants, and you can pour that over your car or van, and you take a soft brush and you brush that on very gently over the windshield. You brush it, it will get everything off. Every insect, including insects that leave like a resin glue behind. Okay, it's the truth. It gets it all off. This stuff, plant material, makes soap is much more efficient than regular soap or shampoos. Okay, much more efficient. I have tested that many times. So it is a crud cutter of epic proportion. Okay, it will cut into any kind of glue or any kind of resin material, even, or wax, or whatever smudge or stuff that got on your vehicle, and or any kind of item or skin or dog, and you can, and it washes this off. And if it doesn't come off right away, let it soak in for a few minutes. There's the Stellar J. And if you let it soak in for a few minutes, and then you massage it and wash it some more with a brush, then it will come off right away, and then it will all rinse off beautifully and leave your dog and your car sparkling clean. And that's the truth, you know, it is the truth. But obviously that's this is a material that you can't put into a bottle because it will get moldy very fast, so you can only use this fresh. But it really works the best. It works better than any soap. It's the truth. Obviously this is not gonna be very easygoing and compatible with your household system. Okay, with most household systems, when you have a house, a regular house with pipes and plumbing and all of that, it's not going to work, because it's going to clog up all the drain pipes in the washing machine. It's going to clog up different filters. It's going to clog up your plumbing system in the house and so on. That's not going to work. You can't use that in the shower. But if you live green and completely in tune with nature, and you have an eco house, which is what we are planning on building out there. I'm not going to say where it is, where we're going, but because I can't, because I have people that are looking for me. There are people that want to murder me. Okay, unfortunately I have those, because the world is full of crazy people. Okay? Unfortunately it is like this. This is very sad, all of that. I'm being threatened all the time on the internet. Okay, and it is what it is. I cry a lot about it, and that was really stressing me out yesterday also. But and then yesterday it was so difficult that I started to develop a rage, and I said this is difficult to deal with rage, because this rage, and that's really what I wanted to talk about in this video, this rage is so difficult to deal with that you think that you must act on that rage. You must go out there and you need to go and find them, right? Or threaten them back, or something like this, you know. I mean, I have threatened them back many times, and I just make my mental state very crystal clear that I will not tolerate violence towards me or my family, okay? My family consists of my dog, Paul, and myself. We three, okay? And if someone came after us, yes, I have to. It's not a threat, it's a boundary. Okay, I call it boundary. Okay, it's just, that's what it is. It's a boundary. And I make this boundary very crystal clear. But yesterday, this was worse than boundary. the way I felt last night when we came back to this house. I sat down there in this recliner chair, I reclined back, and my heart was pounding, and it was very difficult, very difficult. And then as it got dark outside, the anger was finally able to transmute itself into deep sadness. And the deep sadness has to do with feeling sorry for myself. That's really behind that, okay? Behind all anger, behind literally all anger, is this deep devastation, this feeling of not of this powerlessness feeling. But it's just a feeling, it's not reality. Versus like when you have someone who is in a rage or who wants power over other people, even if they're not in a rage, they think they have power over people, but it's really in reality not the case. So that's the big difference between the pseudo power, or this power that is totally illusionary. It's an act out based power, versus the actual power that comes out of feeling the powerlessness. Feeling, it's just a feeling. Feel it, okay? Feel how it feels to feel powerless, to feel like there's injustice in this world, tremendous injustice. And when I feel this feeling sorry for myself, it always is also connected with feeling sorry for others. At the same time, I feel sorry for all the old white people, for example, that are being chased out of their homes because they can't pay the taxes anymore. They can't pay the property tax anymore. And they end up in motorhomes or vans, okay? I mean, some people end up in their cars. They have to sleep in their cars. They have to actually take one of the seats out and make a bed out of it. I've seen that in LA. I've seen these people, and I feel infinitely sorry for them. And that's because they were tricked and outsmarted by those that are perpetually acting out with greed and wanting power over others. Okay, that's the bottom line. And then I thought, where does this pathology of having this enormous greed, to always wanting to out-trick other people, to chase them out of their homes and into their cars, where is this greed coming from? Where is this callousness and this mental state that they have, where they can't introspect, where they can't feel any compassion for others and what their actions are doing to the world, their political actions, the string holders I'm talking about, people like Bill Gates, are they ever thinking about this? Others, what does this do to others? What does the creation of the woke movement, which is the creation of George Soros? He's a Greek man, okay? He's white and Greek, and obviously he has a lot of Greek in him, right? A greed and Greek. This is the first time I'm making this association. That doesn't mean every Greek person has greed. Obviously not. There are also people that help animals and children and so on. And there are also very altruistic people, of course. They are probably way outnumbered by 999 others who are not, right? So, but yeah, George Soros, comes from Greece to the United States, sets himself with his fat butt into this society, into the government, bribing his way into the government, doing things with David Axelrod, who is his market psychologist, and others. Okay, Richard Berman, big, fat, selfish asshole psychologist who only works for the people that pay him the most, okay, which is George Soros again. Always George Soros. So they don't care what it does down the line, what it does to some people, how it out-tricks and outsmarts Asian people and white people, okay? And I'm not saying this is all complete dichotomy, and there are no white people or Asian people that can ever do some trickery. Of course not. There are many, okay? But this is the statistics, okay? It's Asian and white people that are ending up homeless on the street, and those are the ones. And I'm talking about the middle class and the upper middle class people, the people that are really conscientious, that have worked their whole lives, that they care about everyone. They even give their last dollar to a homeless person. Those are those people, like Goldilocks type of people, the people who are giving their last shirt to someone who is freezing. It's those type of people that work 60 years at Rite Aid, right? Or at Burger King. And they think they're paying into their retirement fund, and it's all going to be good. At some point, at age 70, they can finally get to see the United States of America, and maybe even go into Canada and see the beautiful blue lakes, and maybe go to Mexico. Better not, okay, because you're gonna be robbed. Don't do it. And Canada is not safe either anymore. You might get your organ harvested from someone else. I mean, you might get your organs removed for an organ harvesting ring. You don't know anymore. You can't trust people anymore. You can't trust even people in the United States anymore. It's gotten that bad. Okay, this is a fact. I'm giving you facts. I've studied this in depth, and all of this is making me sometimes go into a very deep rage. And then I don't even know what to do with that rage. It's like, ooh, it takes on another life on its own. That's when my Medusa comes out. I have a monster inside of me that is very, very fierce. It's called the Medusa. Okay, so Gianni Versace has used the image of the Medusa and has taken that image from some artists from the Middle Ages and has made it into an emblem of his corporations, his fashion company. And it's a beautiful image. I like it. I like the way the Medusa looks. I like their fashion. I like the way I like their design. Gianni Versace was a true artist. And so is his sister, Donatella. Okay, so, and she inherited the corporation, and they used the Medusa for a lot of stuff. They even made garden furniture. They made the most amazing garden furniture I have ever seen in my entire life. They made garden chairs out of plastic material, where the back of the chair has the real big, like a sort of like a plastic, like ornamental, an ornamental shape of the Medusa head, really large in it, and it looks amazing. The Medusa is a mythological figure. You think mythological, you think it's just a fairy tale, but let me tell you something here, what I found out recently. These so-called myths and mythologies and sages and sagas and fairy tales and stories that you hear about in the Bible and in other scriptures and old texts. The Book of Enoch, I'm reading it right now. I am reading this with utmost attention now. And I read this very, very carefully and very slowly because I don't want to miss anything. And I might have to read it again because this is full of information. And written by Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, writing about it, and basically it's like a dissection of the Book of Enoch. That's what it is, with her own expertise, with her own knowledge of history, and in comparison to what she has learned from many, many, many other indigenous people around the world, and coming to an alternative conclusion about all of this. And the most interesting perspective and the most interesting discourse of ancient texts that you can ever find anywhere in the whole world. So the Medusa, I believe, was a real woman, okay, long time ago, probably preceding Jesus Christ, possibly has lived maybe 1,000 years before Christ, or maybe 2,000 years before Christ, or maybe even before that. That was a warrior, okay. And I believe that's my soul, okay. So, and my soul has this element called the Medusa, okay. That is my soul. The Medusa is a warrior. The Medusa is a freedom fighter. The Medusa is a mother. The Medusa is a fierce, fierce protector of her child, and she sees every living being as her child. That's why she is a justice warrior, okay? So, and they beheaded her while she was in a rage and in a blood war fighting rage mental state during a battle. She had a sword in her hand too, but she must have been outnumbered. They cut her head off in a hurry, in a rush, in the midst of a bloodshed battle, while she was swinging her sword. But she would not stop. She fights always to the bone, and so do I. Okay, and her head rolled, and the mean men that slayed her, they took the head, and her hair was so full of blood that it looked like there were live snakes growing out of her scalp. And they took her bloody hair, and they would show each person this face, and the face was almost like you take a snapshot of someone who is in a mental state of rage, and they showed the other people, to make fun of her, right? They showed, here, look at the Medusa, we got her. And the story goes that each of the opposition, looking into her face, the corpse head, right? But the cells were still alive. She was actually looking right into their faces just from the head alone, okay? And that's how much rage she had. So she knew what was happening, she knew what happened, and it was like, I never give up. My soul cannot be slain, okay? And so she would stare them in the eyes in that mental state of extreme rage. And I guess, yeah, I don't believe, of course, what happened there. She turned people into stone. But her stairs turned people into stone. Of course, this is a metaphor. The people that looked her in the eyes, they were like petrified. They were petrified to death. And so that's why, petrified is like a worse version of terrified. Petrified really means turned into stone. That's how scared they were. So it is a metaphor. They were petrified. It's like, it's worse than watching a horror movie. It's worse than watching The Exorcist. So they were so petrified that maybe some of their hearts stopped. So that's how she got her last laugh, even posthumous. Okay, so, and don't play around with Medusa. That's all I can say to this. So I'm also a clown, and I am very playful. But don't think that because I'm a clown that you can make me into whatever you want to make me into, into a slave, or into someone who would cater to psychopaths or narcissists or a narcissistic society. Will never happen. I will never become woke. I will never cater to something that is built on injustice. Okay, never ever will never happen. So last night I was sitting with this Medusa rage, and it felt bad, and it felt scary, really scary. It felt like a little bit like Elliot Rodger in that direction, or the Columbine high school shooters. I know how they felt, these people. I know how each one of those felt. They felt helpless, and they didn't want to feel that helplessness. Okay, so, and the terrible rage came up because of that. But my rage is not based on my ego hurt. Okay, there's a little bit of that. Of course, I have ego too, but that's not the main thing. The main thing that causes my Medusa, my rage, is seeing injustice happening. Not just to myself. I mean, that's the least of my concern. When I see old white people being pushed into their motorhomes, that's when my rage comes up. Okay, I do not want to see something like this happening in the world. And white and Asian people being stabbed and murdered, and then nothing happens to the perpetrator. That's the injustice I do not want to see in this world. Okay, and that's why I'm speaking out. And I see the Hollywood stars, that are completely beaten down into submission from this George Soros woke movement that he created. He created this in order to have control over the public, and to create division, and when you have division, then there are a whole ton of corporations and industries that will profit from it. Okay, think about this. Don't make yourself into someone that is being exploited and used for profit. Step out of it. Say no, thank you. I want nothing to do with this. I will not take sides. Okay, I will not take the side of Black Lives Matter or Black Panther or Adolf Hitler groups, or whatever it is, or any kind of person, Kim Jong-un, whatever it is in this world. Okay, I will not take the side of them. I will not take the side of any group that uses violence or religion. I will not. I'm free from all of this. I'm free from religion and cults and groups. Okay, and clubs and think tanks and sectations and you name it. Okay, any kind of grouping or specific way of thinking, or like a frozen type of thinking or mind state, and creating an enemy picture of someone else. I will not be part of it. Because everyone, that's why I could never go to war. I don't know even these people. How do you don't even know anyone of these people that you are fighting against. They may have a child, they may have a wife, they may have an animal that loves them. Okay, who am I to go there? I like the people that went to Vietnam, they know nothing about the people there. These people were fighting for their lives. They were defending themselves. This was an atrocity what the United States has done to the Vietnamese, to the Cambodians, to people worldwide. Okay? This is a warmongering country. We desperately need a regime change. Donald Trump has already proven to us that we can be a peaceful nation. And he will prove it again. That's why this is so vitally important that you as one of these individual people, okay, that George Soros wants to suppress, you have that freedom to vote for Donald Trump. You have that freedom to say no to the woke movement, to say no to that dictatorship at Harvard or Yale. You can say no to all of this. If they block you, if they censor you, if they cancel your professorship, walk out with your chin up, okay, and say, I want nothing to do with this. I'm not going to be part of this. I'm not going to be clinging to my paycheck and my chair or whatever that I have here at this place or that place. I'm out. Get out of it. Say no to injustice. Okay, anyway. Peace and love.